Boom, what's going on, everybody? Little something. Yesterday, I was trying to do this, and usually about 30 minutes before I do a show, I restart everything, restart the computer, restart the internet, make sure everything's working good and everything. And bam, the computer just wouldn't restart. So I don't know what the heck happened, man. Yesterday I was just ready to go, and everything was great, and I don't know. It just did not want to start. So I had to do a backup or a restore from a backup. And well, here we are now. So we're going to do a little bit of painting today. But first off, let me just show some stuff here. Let me do a little self-promotion. Yeah, exit out of that. There we go. So Skits the Sun Book 1, remember everybody, Skits the Sun Book 1 is the only campaign out there that gives you 3 books, 3 variant covers with 3 variant stories. I mean, 3 variant stories. How cool is that? That's the only place you're actually going to get that is here at Skits, Skits the Sun Book 1. And it's just something that we're really excited about, something that I really enjoy. It allows me to actually tell more of the story, kind of how it happened. If you go back to the story itself, it was, I dreamt these stories over a period of about 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And there were parts where it's like you're dreaming over other parts and you're going back and revisiting things from time to time, but it's from different perspectives and everything. So doing the book this way with 3 variant interior stories, you get to throw some of that in there where it's like, okay, it happened this way this time and this way another time. So you kind of get to throw that in there, and it's just really, really exciting. I mean, I'm super psyched to be doing it. Let's just go. I was gonna go ahead and show y'all something. Excuse me. Let me, bam, okay. So this is the title page right here. And each book will have a little bit of a different title page. So if I show you this right quick, this will be one of them. And this will be one of the other ones. This has the mask in it. And then the final one, the third one, is all crazy. It's going to be something about like that. So it's going to have some crazy stuff going on. Got a little this, a little bit of that. Oh, yeah. That's maybe probably more what the third one's going to be. But anyway, still playing around with it, but it's just kind of fun and exciting to play around with this stuff, to be able to give people a little different look on each one. And I'm just glad that people are coming by, checking it out, and backing it. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun. And again, this stream's going to be a little more chill because I'm actually going to be painting a picture. So I kind of got to get into it and do that sort of thing. That's why I'm talking to you now to just say hey and everything. And let me say a little bit to people in the chat. Let me get my thing over here. Got Black Star in there. I love the mood lighting. Awesome, awesome. We got Mandible Smasher. Hey, Mandible Smasher, our biggest backer. Well, we got a couple big backers, but you're definitely one of the top 3. So love that you're here. Appreciate that. We got Burst Films. Appreciate you stopping by. We got a few other people here, but they haven't chimed in the chat. So anyway, excuse me. Haven't spoke much today, so my voice is kind of a little excuse me. But anyway, I got my water here, so I should be okay. Let's give y'all a look at what we're going to be painting. So this is a double page spread in the book, and this is maybe around page 30 or something like that. It's a few pages past the title page, and it's just a scene in the book. And if you can look right here, we got Skits right here, and we got his two companions that's leading them across this countryside for a few pages, and then we got this structure, this old broken down structure in the background. Now, the interesting thing about this is in the first book, we're showing a few things that are just really cool to look at, but you won't actually you won't actually see its function until later books because we come back to it and it's all ruined and just broken down, but we get back to it. But it's just kind of throw-ins where it's like, and each book has a little extra, where it's like, oh, this one has this little bit that it's showing, and this one has this, and they're all callbacks that'll eventually end up like in the book and play major roles and stuff like that. But for right now, it's just like, hey, look at this. This is really cool. And then in a later book, we kind of come back to it. It's just little teaser things to kind of get you interested in his journey across those planets. So, but anyway, we're going to be painting this. I'm going to start it from this. I think it's better to just start these actually after you get the sketch. You get the sketch done, and then you can kind of just roll into these and start painting it, because I think that's mainly what people want to see. I mean, it's a rough sketch. It's just a thumbnail. And just to kind of show y'all, that's how big I drew it. I just did a little drawing. It's got perspective lines in there, stuff like that. And then I just blew it up big to the full size of the page. And if you can tell, I got the comic book pages in the background there. So I make sure that I don't put anything really important right in the middle. So when the book opens up, there's the spine right there. And sometimes if you put stuff in the middle, you can't see it. So, it's something that I always get annoyed by when I see that in comics, where it's like you open the book up and you can't really see it. There's like some lettering that's going down in there and some other stuff. It's like, why would you do that? So anyway, we designed it so that, we can see all those things and make sure the important parts are where you can actually see them. So that's why that's in the background there. Also, since I'm going to be drawing right over this, it's you don't always have to go from exactly what the drawing is. The drawing is just there for reference to kind of get you going. And then after you get into it a little bit, you can kind of reference back to it and stuff like that. So right at the beginning, I'm just going to be focusing on trying to get everything put in gradients and stuff like that. And then we'll do a little photo bashing, get some textures in there, some lighting and stuff like that, which will make it kind of fun. And I think that's probably as far as we'll get today on it. This might be like a 2-day thing, maybe like a 3 or 4 hour painting. So that's fun. You do like a 10 or 15-minute sketch, and then, another 4 hours to paint it. And you got 2 pages done for a comic, right? That's cool. Also, looking in here. All right. So let's just go ahead and get started on this thing. What do y'all think? Let me just click on this. All right. Also, if y'all were wondering, I got Skinny Puppy playing in the background. I'm also going to take these headphones off just so it's not in my way. Should be able to still hear me, even though I took the headphones out. Might not be quite as clear or perfect, but just want to be natural when I'm working. And let me okay. Let's get some music playing. All right. It might be a little loud, but we'll get to it when we get to it. All right, everyone ready? Let's do this. Don't play in the background. Why? I need to have music playing. Well, I'll tell you what, since I'm not going to be playing anything that has copyright, it's all stuff that's not been published technically. So don't get taken down by the puppy. I know it's we won't get taken down by the puppy. It was one particular song that they had in copyright dispute, I remember. But I won't be playing that song on any of this stuff. So we should be good. All right, let's get into this. So here's my drawing, right? What I want to do is I got a layer that I've created right underneath it. And that's where I'm going to put down all the gradients and stuff. And when I get started with doing one of these, one of the first things I like to do is put down a mid-tone gradient. And we'll just pick a mid and then fill it. Save that. So I filled this with a mid-tone, and what that allows me to do is to go darker from the mid-tone and go lighter from that mid-tone. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I think I'm going to start off with the background and move forward. And I'm just going to do it with plain old round brush in Photoshop. And I'm going to do about like that, yeah, for the background. And that'll be that. Let's pop in some backgrounds here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, like it definitely doesn't have to be perfect. All you're doing is just filling it so you can get a gradient start on this stuff. Okay. That's just, and you know, when you're first getting started, this is kind of boring, but it's stuff that just needs to get done. I mean, this is how you actually do the painting, you know. This is how you finish. There we go. And I don't even know if y'all can actually hear the music in the background anyway. Let me know if you can actually hear it. It's actually pretty low, but I just like to have some music playing when I'm working because it kind of keeps your beat and your flow going. There we go. Just fill some of these spots back in. Right. Let's move up the chain a little bit here. And I think what I'm going to do back here is create a new layer just so I can put some shade, some lighting in here in the background. Just a little bit, not a lot. Okay. It's going to be subtle. Yeah, let me Mandible Smasher is saying something here. And Be Natural, All Organic Paint Photoshop. I know, see, that's the thing, is like most people, they ask, what brushes do you use? What this? I mean, hey, we're just using a round brush. Nothing special. Nothing special at all. It doesn't have to be special. That's one of the things. It's like people don't realize that it doesn't matter which brush you use usually. Like I'll only use like 4 or 5 brushes at the most. That'll probably be about it. So There you go. That's all you need. And this one, use that one. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just kind of putting some shades in here. You know, I'm thinking that the lighting's going to come from the right side and down. So that'll let me know where the shadows are going to be. Oh, some shadow here and there, and you don't have to worry about getting everything perfect. Definitely don't have to worry about getting everything perfect. Oh, gonna have some shadows. I'm not quite sure where the shadows will be because I haven't put the light source in completely yet, but I'm thinking it'll probably come from this way. So yeah, I'll just start thinking about shadowing. There we go. And of course I'm gonna get some texturing in here and stuff as well. So that'll be something that I'll have to get to. And I'm probably gonna throw the initial texturing in with photos. And get a solid brush. Work on this foreground. It's a little too much. There we go. Again, I just want to get, you know, just some rough gradients in to build this up and get the lighting done. And once I get that done, then we'll have something that we can work with. But it's good to start all your pieces this way, you know, just to get your look down, your gradient. And I'm actually probably doing it a little rougher than you need to. Or actually tighter than you need to. Most people, when they do this, they do it not quite as tight. It's a little more loose. But hey, whatever. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. You just need to find what works best for you. Go from there. But once you get something in here that resembles, you know, something, then you start worrying about details. But basically, here's how you do it. And this is with any sort of painting. Big to small. That's always the way you got to do it. Big to small. So you work your big shapes down to small shapes. If you do that, then you won't go wrong. And always use a bigger brush than you need to. You know, like even when I'm doing traditional painting, I use a bigger brush than I should be. And if you've seen me doing some of the ink shows, I've done that too. Like I'll use way too big of a brush when I'm inking, but it actually allows you to be looser and more, have more power in your stroke making and stuff. Dead tree. Let me get a little darker because then I got the extreme foregrounds. And then once I get all this where I kind of like it, I'll just flatten it all with the lines and everything, but I'll make a copy of the line work that I can always go back and reference and pull back into the drawing. But when I'm first doing this, I don't, you know, all you need is one layer. I know, like when I've seen some of the other coloring streams out there where people are showing you how to color comics and stuff, and they got like 30, 40 layers and everything. It's like, you don't need that many layers. You definitely don't. So I ain't going to be working with that many layers. Because I'm more interested in how the overall picture reads than I am anything else. And at this early stage, you just need to get the overall picture to read right. Mm-hmm. And the best way to know if it's reading right is you always zoom out. Zoom out, and then also flip. You also want to flip your image here. You get rid of this color panel right here. Image. Flip horizontal. And it's taking a minute. All right, there we go. Pretty good. Nothing that. All right. Flip back. And of course, I'll keep flipping. From time to time, you'll see me flip it. You'll see me rotate it. You'll see all sorts of stuff. But anyway, I got like a rough shading in here. You need to, work a little bit more here and there. I mean, what I'll do is if I want to put some lighting in, I'll make a layer on top of my main layer, right? Actually, let me make a copy. I think I already made a copy of my drawing. So I'm going to merge the drawing and the shading together. And I got one if I ever need to come back to it and reference it, which I will. But for now, this is going to be great. And I'm going to do some lighting on top of it. I'm going to take my soft round. I'll show you why I'm making an extra layer for this. And I'll put it about 30%. There you go. Got some lighting coming from the side right there. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty nice right there. I kind of like that. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eraser. I'm going to go back into where this lighting is coming across and carve some of those areas out. Right? So I'm bringing some of that shadowing back in. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't want any light going over this side of this one over here. And then maybe a little bit over here. There we go. Starting to look pretty good. Not too bad there. All here and there. Beep, beep, beep. All right. And then once I get it to where I like it, which I'm going to go back in here and carve this out. I don't want any lighting over the foreground figures. At least not right now. Might hit them up a little later. All right, I like that. I'll flatten it. And I'm always trying to work just one layer. All right, always one layer. One layer is the best way to go. Let's see who else has gotten in here. We got Leg Kick 1. Hey, Leg Kick. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Stopping by. All right. Yeah, we're just drawing today, or painting rather. Nah. So I think I'm kind of liking this. I got a little bit more I want to do. I'm seeing. Let me just do the layer on top of this. Brush. Dirt. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just carving out around the shape here a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It's just I don't want too many things going on right there at this stage. I want it to kind of be very definitive where stuff starts and stops. So that's why I was doing that. I'm gonna try and get some texture in here now. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna work with some photos. I'm gonna get some texture in here from some photos. And I've off page here, I actually have a bunch of windows open with photos and texture paintings and stuff like that. So that's where I'm gonna go and get some of this stuff. And these are pictures that I've taken myself. That's kind of nice. All right. You think I'm gonna do an overlay with it? Yeah, I think overlay will work really good. Yeah, try some other stuff. Yeah, see, the thing is, you don't want to go too far with it when you're first getting started. You just kind of want to get some, yeah, overlay's gonna be good. Let me go in here and do some erasing. Come on. Sometimes this thing can get bogged down. I probably have it at too high of a DPI at the moment, but that's okay. That is okay for right now. Some nice stuff going on here, but don't need all of this. That's nice. Okay. Erase this stuff. Characters in the front foreground. And I know a lot of people when they're doing this sort of thing, they're like, "Oh, use this photos. That's a cheating." It's like whatever it takes for making your pictures look better than other people. That's all that really matters is whether or not it looks better than other people. That's the way I see it. And again, just using it for texture. Starting point. One of the hardest things when you're actually working on a piece is starting it, from blank canvas or something like that. That's always the hardest point. So, if you give yourself something to start from, nothing wrong with that. I don't think. Yep, I like that. That's all right if some of the vegetation is going up into them. Nothing wrong with that. Because I want some of that greenery to actually be going up on some of this stuff, because it's been sitting around. This is going to be really cool. It's actually a pretty good starting picture. Now let me flatten that. All right, let me go get some other textures, some fun textures. How's that? And for that, there we go. This is a good general picture here that I use a lot. Just gives you nice textures, you know. Yeah, let's save that. And you know, the way you make a picture look believable is by the textures and you know, what all you throw into it. It really helps a lot. Yeah, something like that looks good. Bring down the opacity a little bit. Yeah, so that's looking kind of nice right there. One of the things when you're doing digital work is it always tends to look too digital. You know, that's something that I really hate. This stuff looking really, really digital. I want it to look realistic. I don't know if I'm making it look easy, man. I mean, we haven't even gotten started here. Wait till we get another hour into it or something. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Mandible Smasher. Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th. All right, let me go get some more cool stuff. I like that. Let me get some. Yeah, here we go. Oh, dang it. All right, let's open this with Photoshop. There we go. And this is some of my artwork. You know, it's just texture stuff. You know. All this stuff is. But it's stuff that gives you textures, scratches, whatever, you know. That's really what I need to, you know, when I'm first getting started here, I just want textures and randomness in it that I can work from that'll kind of inspire you, you know. So, I don't know if I can use it. Maybe I'll do something like this and do it really light. Yeah, just so I can get some more scratches and stuff in there. This would be fine. Let me do some erasing on it. Something like that, yeah. And of course, this type of stuff I'll do all throughout the process, you know. Lay that down, merge it. And again, you know, it's just all one layer, one layer. That's all you need to do is just one layer. All right. Let me work on some of these characters. And again, you know, just work on whatever area you want to work on. That's the big thing. And I'm going to switch over to a textured brush now. I got a few different ones. I got this pencil brush that I use a lot. I'll make it big so you can see it. Yeah, it's just basic, but what I do is I'll manipulate a little bit, put a little spacing in it, and that kind of leaves a little bit of edging to it, which is, it's fine. That's all you really need. So I think I want to throw down a little bit of lighting back here and some darks, just doing some knick-knack type stuff back in here. And some detailing out some stuff, And what I'm doing here is I'm just sampling stuff around it, Like I see a little color there, I kind of like that, so that's what I'm sampling. And the way you sample is by hitting, when you're on your brush one, is you just hit Option, so you can sample whatever color you want in the piece. Yeah. And really, this is all it is, man. It's like you just do this, and then you start noodling the thing, and eventually you have something. You know? That's all it is. You just got to keep noodling until you get to something that you like. And I'm doing this all on one layer, all on one layer. Now, at some point, I'll get to where I want to break it up, and I want to separate the foreground, background, and middle ground areas. But that ain't right now. Just got to keep working it first off. Yeah. Right, let me go get another picture. All right, let me get another. I want to get some color in here. I'm just looking through my images here to find some color I can get into. Yeah, I think I got something. All right. Let's open that one. Photoshop. So just want to get some color. Flip that. Let it transform. Flip those on. Mm-hmm. Right. Nice. Let's see. kind of like, you know, it's kind of neat. And when you're doing this, it's a lot of times it's just a matter of what you're looking for, you know, like see a few things that I want to pull out of this, which is actually, let me just move this because I want that horizon line to kind of match up with mine. Okay. All right. Well, come on. All right. There's some things I want to keep, and some things I don't. Come on, hit that one in the shadows back there. I like that. You know? These in the foreground, they need to be pulled out. Yep. Carve out these figures in the foreground again. And I mean, if I wanted to, I could actually go in here and cut these out beforehand, so I wouldn't have to keep doing this. But you know, really, let's just do it. Again, I'm just trying to be rough as possible. It just needs to. I want something that kind of looks cool, and something that I need to get. I need to get some building reference, some buildings and stuff. I'll put that on in there. Yeah, get something here. Do a little bit of a yellow. I'm gonna put in a little bit of lighting here to knock down some of this stuff and to make my figures in the foreground pop a little bit. Yeah. Do it on here. Do a little bit of different colors here. Make it a little more rich. Might be a little too much. That color is smooth. Okay. All right. Just kind of keep the area a little bit more with this. All right, that's looking cool. That's looking really cool. We got some stuff going on here now. All right. Merge layers. Again, just working flat, flat, flat. And of course, I always have my drawing if I need to go back to it. But for now, we're just all flat on one area. Yeah. Really liking the shadowing I'm getting here. Let me do some cloning, I think. Hmm. No, not quite. Let me just do a little brush. That would probably just be best. Let me put it on a new layer and then I'll flatten it as soon as I got it the way I like it. All right. Do this. Bust that out a little bit there. Oh, right, there we go. Nice. Just basically carving out that area around it. Yeah, there we go. And my chair will not stand still. It keeps rolling around on me. What does that mean? Those towers are way back there. All right. It's starting to look like something. It's kind of fun. Work on the foreground a bit more. Need to darken up some areas here in the foreground. And knock some other areas back a little bit. Flatten that. Then I can knock that back a little bit. I'm talking about this area. I just need to knock it back a little bit. It's kind of getting too much in there. Mm-hmm. Much, much. There we go. Knock that back a little bit. Perfect. All right. Now, foreground. Let's use a texture brush. I'm just going to use a chalk, like a chunky chalk. It's like this. It's like a square shape. Well, I don't need to be doing all that. We got to get the round one in. Yeah, there we go. That'd be nice. Yeah. No, I just said I was going to work on the foreground. I'm working on this middle ground. Let me get back to the foreground. Use some blues. Like that. A little more gray. That's not too bad. Let's get some texture in here. The thing about doing these types of pieces, the closer it is to the foreground, the more texture you see. Yeah. I'm doing this just to kind of some texture in there before I go back and define the figures more, because it can get a little boring and flat. You know? I think that's going to be nice. That's fun. Flatten the layers again. Go to soft ground. Get some blues working in here. A little darker. This is a multiply. A little too much. A little too little. There we go. Perfect. And of course, this is probably just rocks here in the foreground. This stuff up here is going to be some metal. I'm basically just going in here and darkening it up, you know, just keep working the shapes, you know, push and pull, you know. That's push and pull. Might switch over to this basic. And just my pencil. I have a pencil too. And remember, it's whatever works best for you. Mm-hmm. Whatever works best for you. But like I said, I only use a couple brushes, maybe 4 at the most. Say what's up to people in the chat. I know I kind of get thrown off here sometimes, people. Hey, Wizzy, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Red Valkyrie, how's it going? Just sitting here painting. Thanks for showing up, for stopping by. Tara Wolf, oh yeah, who won our contest to get an original sign drawn. Yeah, from our Jason Sean Alexander Halloween special, we had a giveaway, and she won at Tara Wolfhook, and we sent that out yesterday to her. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do appreciate you. So yeah, this is just how we get started on these drawings, just kind of showing everybody here. Yeah. Maybe some cool lights. Into this. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Mm-hmm. The reason why I'm using the blues here because the foreground or the middle ground is going to have a lot of light and warmer colors, and the foreground I want to have cooler colors. So that is how you do it. Yep. Throw the trap door and we're there. What's going on in here, man? There's all sorts of stuff going on in this chat. What are y'all doing? We're talking about the Red Valkyrie stream, the celebration stream tomorrow. That should be fun. Should be fun. Wheezy's trying to get some more guests on his channel. Go over there and check him out if you want to get on his channel. Lots of fun over there. And holler at him. Also go check out Red Valkyrie. They got a good channel. Real nice people. Also, while I'm talking about that, next week on Monday we'll be having a Skits' Funhouse on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have a Come Get Some Live. So come check those out. 3 p.m. Okay, so there's a celebration on Red Valkyrie at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific. There you go. You were looking for that? There it is. That's right. I'm just trying to carve out these characters. Man, we got too much darkness around them. You need to stand out. Hey, if anyone's watching this and they want to know about some stuff going on around the hood, go check out the chat right now. They got all sorts of stuff going on in there right now, talking about future things, stuff that's going on, some shows coming up on a different channel, all sorts of stuff going on out there. Right here, we're just drawing sketches. We're painting sketches right now. That's what we're doing here. Got all sorts of fun stuff going on here. Let's see. Lighten that up just a smidge. Mm-hmm. Has anyone been getting any comic books lately? Any cool comics? I just read the Last Roman, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book. That was really cool. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. Still got a few more issues to come, I'm guessing. This is issue number 1. But it kind of surprised me who the turtle was in it. You don't find out kind of till the end. At least I didn't realize it till the end. And it was a big surprise, actually. But it's a good book. It's like cool turtle stuff, man. Really cool turtle stuff. Mm-hmm. This is the point where you just start to noodle in different places, and that sometimes you got to lift your head and look at the big picture, you know. Oh, that was something I was going to do. I was going to pull back here. Yeah, I feel like this is probably a little too dark here still. Let me get a little something here and tone this down just a smidge. I'll just right here. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's a little better. Do some more here. There we go. That's a little bit better. The darkest darks here in the foreground. And so this is basically what I would start out with for the painting. You know, it's got some color, it's got some texture. Everything's there for the most part, and then you just got to kind of go back into it and start really detailing stuff and popping things out. And I think what I'm going to do here is do a little bit of fun stuff. Maybe put it on a new layer. That's how we make pop out and jump forward and stuff. This area. Oh, no. It happened. Let's see here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has and will always be cool, even if you haven't followed it for a long while. I know it's always going to be awesome. That's a dang truth. Can't wait to hear the reviews. I know, man. Like, what we got going on here? Some they're talking about stuff in here. I'm out here. Let's see what we got. Want to honor veterans watching the stream. Thank you for definitely. All the veterans definitely. Went to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first live action movie in the theaters. April Crush confirmed. Yeah, the first movie was still the best by far. Definitely. Yep. Cool property, that's right. It is awesome. Awesome property. I love it. So, until I was late to the party. Nothing new. Too much. Stuff back here. Is there any music people been listening to? I'm always interested in new music. We were listening to Nightwish the other day in the car in Black Star. I always like him. Music. Thank you to love actors. That's right, people. Tall redheads are awesome. All right, Wheezy. It's awesome. It's looking like something. All right. I'll have to do a lot more to this. Gotta start getting in some textures and working that sort of stuff like rocks in the foreground. I'm gonna see if I can find some building stuff right quick. How's that, guys? Because I want some building stuff back here. Let's see. Come on, pull it up, pull it up. I got some building. There's explosions, clouds. Old building. There we go. Well, that ain't that old building I want. Alright. Some skyscraper type stuff. Where's that at? I gotta have that in here. Ooh, look at that. That's fun. That's mecca. Yeah. Photo shot. Yeah. Oh, this is tiny. It's alright. I just need some textures that have lines and stuff in it. Maybe it has to fit. Just need some textures for this structure over here. Get started. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So, yeah. Erase. No, I'm really about this. I'm gonna get some nice textures real quick. Nice. Painting ruins, doing ruinous scenes, those are always the best. It's the easiest to do. I mean, it really is. It's fun and easy. All right. I think what I need to do now is I need to get in here and start cutting some of this up so I can reuse it. So I start cutting the foreground, middle ground, and background apart and have something. I'm going to do a few more photos and then we'll probably call it for today. But let me just do some more photo work here, and I think that'll be kind of fun. Got some clouds on. Oh, copy. Mm-hmm. Like that. Some. Let me get some more lighting effects in here. What we got here? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna get something right quick. Yes, yeah, I need to. Tremendous stuff. Did I do that on top of? I did. See? Yeah. Need to make a new layer before I put a little bit of cloud work in. Helps with making the images in the foreground pop a little bit better. Always got to make it pop. There we go. Good. All right. And then I got some stone that I'll probably put in here a little bit later. But for now, I'm just going to call it at that. What do y'all think? I think I'm done for right now. I got to go back in and do some boring work. Not that this wasn't really boring. It's just kind of starting point. But the next show, I'll have some stuff trimmed out, and we can really start going in and detailing some of the stuff. So that'll be the next step for this one. What do y'all think? All right. So again, we got Come Get Some Live on Tuesday, and on Monday we got Skits Funhouse. So, you know, come stop by. We'll be having those, and plus I'll be doing another one of these drawings. We'll continue on with this next week as well. You know, so that'll be a lot of fun. So let me just stop my screen share. Let me do this. That's right. Gotta tell people about Skits. Oh. And so Skits, you know, you gotta go get that stuff because this is what we're working on right now. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun once we get her there. You know, I've been showing all the artwork on. Let me just, since I'm about to do this. I've been showing all the artwork over on Twitter, so go check that out. Go get over on the Twitter. That's at Skits Comic, and you're here on the YouTube, which is Skits Comic. And we also got Instagram and stuff like that. It's I don't really get on it. Black Star takes care of that, so that's awesome. Hey, thanks, Wheezy. Like I said, this is just the starting point. I mean, it's basically just a thumbnail at this point, you know? So I still got to go back in and do proper lighting and darks and everything else. But it's really going to get there and it'll make it pop. I'll probably need another 3 hours on it, and that'll be that. You know, be good for the book. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when we go live. Again, sorry about yesterday. I was supposed to go live yesterday, but the computer crashed on me like 30 minutes before the show. So, hey, what are you going to do? That's just the way it goes sometimes. But again, I appreciate y'all for being here. And again, this is just chill stream, you know, nothing too crazy. We're just trying to do, you know, a soft showing the process of how this actually gets done when you do a computer painting. Still got a lot to go, but it's going to be awesome once it's done. So stop on by and we'll continue on with it later. But for now, check it out.